Welcome everybody back to the Terrphy Show. I am John Mann, and to my right, to my left, whatever ear she's in, is the lovely Miss Mary. How the hell are you doing, Mary?
Good. Sorry, I was just thinking, I'm like, should I get like a marvelous? Because I'm thinking like the marvelous Miss Maisel. I'm like, the marvelous Mary Murphy. I don't know. Maybe not marvelous. We got to come up with something magnificent. Magnificent. Why can't I say that word right now? Help me out here.
Magnificent?
Thank you. He's just coming through.
You do like the Maleficent.
Rude.
I mean, I'm sure there's other
Anyway.
M stuff we could talk about.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't know.
Don't look at your dog.
My dog is a fucking crazy little,
oh my gosh. Welcome
crazy
in,
little
welcome
asshole.
in. Oh my goodness.
Gotta take that away.
Hold on, wait. Is that Janelle?
I think so.
Hi. How are you? This screen's a little smaller than our last screen. And you guys already know I couldn't freaking see the last screen. So, how are you? What's new? Tell us about life. Oh, did you hear me? I'm like, wait, is that Janelle? Because I'm super far away from the screen. So, story of the podcasting life. Oh, we're fighting dogs. No surprise. No surprise. John just went from like 1 to 10 real quick.
Well, it's like every time we like do something like these, like we're getting ready, we're almost there, and then like we start, and then dogs happen.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a girl this time, you'll have to try again, I guess. You guys will just have to have a whole army.
Mm-hmm. You have a whole army.
This time we will be done. Okay, we might just have to lock him out, yeah? I'm sorry, little buddy. The drama. There's full drama in this house at all times. The dog drama is real. Oh my gosh, I had Costco hot dogs tonight, and it is like almost instant regret.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the dogs. I mean, I'm drama too, but fuck, man. These dogs are really drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. I chose this life, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, so Mary has the worst burps in the world right now.
Mm-hmm. It's gross.
They're disgusting.
Mm-hmm. I should eat some Tums.
And I could say that, being a loving husband.
Yeah, no, it's gross.
That her burps are disgusting. I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever had a Costco hot dog and what it's like.
They give you the worst burps.
It's for like a half a day, too.
Yeah.
It's not just for like a little bit. Like, you're going to wake up with burps.
100%.
You know?
100%.
And it's not... I mean, they taste great.
Mm-hmm.
They taste great. But what's fucked up about them is like the second you eat them, not even 10 minutes later...
You got burps.
You got burps. And they smell nothing like the hot dogs.
No, and it's gross.
They taste nothing like the hot dogs.
It is. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, having kids to keep kids with friends. That's going to be... You better get on it. Sounds like you guys are trying, so...
Yeah. Well, have fun with that. Kids. Yeah. I mean...
I don't... It's more of a... I don't know how y'all are fucking affording it. Yeah. I mean, I do know it's a little easier in Canada because they take care of a lot of this, like, medical stuff. But, so we live in an area now where everybody has, like, 50 fucking kids. Like, not even being dramatic.
Yeah. And I don't know. This is going to sound like a dick thing to say, because there's a listener on right now that has kids. But man, you guys need to fucking control them.
Well, I don't think everybody like is like that. I'm like, how do you fucking afford it?
You're like, how do you afford it? And I'm like, control your fucking kids.
Are you talking about like the 6 little hoodlums that were like running through Costco today?
It's everywhere. It doesn't matter where I'm at. Like today, like I almost ran over a fucking kid because he cut me off while I'm like full blown. Like I have 100 pounds worth of shit in my cart.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no stopping that. It takes a while to fucking stop.
Mm-hmm. It's
And he
like
just like,
the semi cart of carts.
yeah. And he just like goes right in front of my cart and like almost gets destroyed. And like I wasn't gonna stop. I mean, the kid needs to learn a fucking lesson. You know, he's probably gonna be that asshole in the BMW cut in front of semis.
Yeah, I
You
guess so.
know,
Mm-hmm.
he needs to know if you cut in front of something bigger than you, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah. Oh, child tax.
And then we have like kids in our neighborhood who drive me bananas.
It's mainly the ones on the main street, which is crazy to me.
Mhm.
Like the kids in our actual street they are pretty good about staying on the yard and
Yeah, our actual street is fine. Our little cul-de-sac. The kids in
Yeah.
our cul-de-sac are good, but the kids everywhere else not good.
yeah. Especially by the church, I'm like, dude, those fucking kids need to stay out of the street. They're gonna get ran over because they like bolt out in between two cars and you don't even see them till they're in the street.
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid. Yeah, like my parents let me run amok and do shit,
Mm-hmm.
but they're always like, look out for fucking cars.
Yeah, don't be dumb.
Don't be an idiot. Don't get hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look both ways before you just run out in the fucking road.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids, they'll just be riding their bikes and all of a sudden they'll just dart out in between two cars and you'll have to slam on your brakes so you don't kill a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
Or they'll just ride their bike in the middle of the road and it's like a 5-year-old and she's like signaling back to you to stop.
It's like, bitch, get off the fucking
It's
road.
like, get out of the fucking road.
I actually almost got out of the car that day and went and found her mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Boogie?
I mean, you shoulda.
I know, but I didn't want to get in a fist fight because moms get crazy. But at the same time, I want to be like, listen, you are not taking care of your fucking child. And we now have only almost hit her 3 fucking times on this street because she comes out between cars and she's on like, we're talking, she's even on bicycle, y'all. She's on like a tiny Tykes, like tricycle riding on the ground thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
like,
no parents to be found. Like, I actually don't know where this child lives.
I
know
either.
general vicinity, but I don't know where
I could
this
probably
child
narrow
lives.
it down between 5 houses because those 5 houses always have bikes or something in their yard.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. So, I mean, we can knock on every single door, be like, hey, your kid's going to get killed. You know?
But for real, like, people kind of cruise around that corner, like...
And I'll be honest, I almost, like, when I first moved here, I'm used to, like, a busier pace of life in Washington, right? And when I first moved here, I drove a little bit faster than I should have, and I almost fucking hit someone.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, I go like 15 miles an hour, and people will like pass me. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this motherfucker's going too slow,"
Yeah.
and pass me. And I'm going down residential, but it's because I know there's a bunch of fucking kids that just pop out of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm. We've also even, it was like middle of winter. Yeah, we're just making our way back. So it was middle of fucking winter, and these like little kids, I'm talking little, like 4 and 2. Like the one was still in diapers, but was like right on the edge of like, it was maybe pull-ups, right? Like, and it's winter, and these kids are outside without shoes on, no parents around, and they're getting ready to go out in the street. And I like literally, we turned around, and I'm like getting out of the car to like make sure that these kids don't go out in the street, and the parents like come out of the house. And it's like, well, I'm glad you're watching enough to make sure your kids don't get fucking kidnapped, but you should be watching enough that they're not getting hit by cars either.
Yeah. But it's like summertime, so there's like, oh yeah, you're 3 and you're 6. Just do whatever the fuck you want. You're cool, you know.
Yeah. Which,
You're-
I mean, it's
you're an
fine
adult
to be
now.
out in the neighborhood. Just don't be in the road, and don't dart out between 2 cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the big thing in our neighborhood right now.
I mean, I agree with that.
Like, I don't care that they're out. I don't even care if they play in the street as long as they get the fuck out the way when they see a car.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how I feel when I'm pushing a cart. Like, I don't care if they're running around everywhere. Just watch out for my fucking cart.
Yeah, but I got cart checked today by a grandma. That's probably what she was thinking.
Yeah.
Bitch, get out the way.
You fucking millennial, get out of here.
Kinda. Apparently, I was going
Fucking-
too slow for her.
Boomer.
I got fucking straight cart checked by grandma.
Yeah. Well, Fuck,
And then she like sped past us too, and was like,
yeah. Do you remember that one kid that like ran into me? Like I think it was at Costco or Walmart or some shit, and he just like looked at me and was like, "Oh, my bad."
"Oh shit."
Because I don't look nice. Like I
No.
don't look like fucking Santa Claus.
And especially here, I think people are intimidated with the tattoos.
Yeah. So I
Because
just
it's
like
not normal for people to have tattoos here
yeah,
either.
and I just like look down at him, like don't even smile. I was like, get the fuck out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
You know. And he's like, oh shit, shouldn't have
Sean's gonna make people fucking cry just with the look.
I have like constant resting bitch face.
Mm-hmm.
And if I smile, I mean, like I'll smile to you or at you if I like you. You know,
I'm pretty sure I'm the only person you smile to.
pretty
Because it's the
much.
most fucking awkward smile ever. And it's so cute because you're like,
It's like I never learned how to smile.
yeah. It's funny.
I mean, it's true. I don't know. But yeah, fucking kids, man.
Mm-hmm.
But at least they have friends.
It's true.
Like we've been trying, like since we moved here, to like find friends.
I found some, but I'm awkward as fuck. And
Yeah.
all I did was laugh at the reply message. I didn't even reply back.
You didn't.
It was like a short exchange.
All right. So backstory: Mary and I were. I don't want to say like we were patio hopping. Right. We were going from one place. It was just sunny. We were going from one place, having a cocktail or a drink, and going to another place. I mean, some might call it bar hopping, but we were patio hopping.
But they're like adult places. Not adult, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like we were going from club to club. It was like literally was like, oh, let's go to that patio next. Let's do this patio.
And like we found like an awesome bartender and some, I don't know, a couple maybe friends.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
they could be.
Like, what do you think?
They could be. They were fun. I mean, they text me. Well, she texted me, and then I was awkward as fuck.
Yeah. Why'd you make it so awkward?
I don't know. I'm an awkward person.
Well, you didn't tell me that part of the story because we met them last weekend, and then we've been hanging out, like you and I. Obviously.
I don't know. I don't think she knew what else to talk to me about, but I was like a little bit off. Because she was like, when are you going to get your brows done? And I was like, that's not friend material.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
So you just laughed? Haha.
No, I was like, when I stopped being such a baby. And she's like, well, I numb. And then I laughed at that.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, I don't fucking know what to say to that. I'm terrified to get my eyebrows done.
Yeah.
Not for the pain.
Just the fact that they might look like shit.
Yeah. And that shit's on your fucking face.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you have shitty eyebrows, you might as well get like Post Malone tattoos after that. Just like, fuck it. Sorry, fucked up. Might as well just fuck it up the rest of the way, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Like that shit is serious to me.
So is it like real tattoos or
kinda?
Like what's kinda? Like explain it to me because I still don't understand what it means. Like what it is.
It is a tattoo, but it's a smaller needle and different ink. Okay. It's like cosmetic ink.
So does it actually fade away to where you can't see it anymore?
No, I told you how it looks.
Like just
like faded finger tattoos.
Well, they don't know that.
Who doesn't know that?
I don't know. People listening.
Oh, yeah. No, like you have to get them touched up every so often. But if you don't touch them up, they just look like faded fucking finger tattoos.
Okay. So they'll still always be there. Like what if you use like real ink? Like real tattoo ink? Would it be like too dark so it wouldn't look natural?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely be too dark.
I mean, if you're into like really dark eyebrows, you could just fucking outline it and just.
Which I do like dark eyebrows. Like it's no secret that I don't like dark eyebrows. Like I probably have a shade of eyebrows, like 3 shades too dark for me, but that's what I like. But I don't want them tattooed that dark.
Yeah. Because you might change your mind.
Right. Like I used to have no eyebrows, right? Like I am a fucking child of the 90s. Like I am wise enough at this point in my life to know that styles change.
Yeah. They do, and they change fast too.
Mm-hmm.
They change quick, and then they go back to being, I don't know, your childhood being cool again.
Yeah, we did all go through that eyebrow stage. That's why I have no eyebrows now.
Yeah.
And mine are blonde as fuck.
They are.
So, but I also like hate when I don't have eyebrows on. Like I feel like naked.
Mm-hmm.
And her eyebrows are okay. I don't know if they're $500. Okay.
I don't know what the going rate for that type of shit
The
is.
lady I wanted to see in Seattle was 1,000, but we were in Seattle and she was like amazing.
Yeah.
Um, which Megan, uh, it's the girl Megan went to, Oktoberfest,
Oh yeah.
and her eyebrows like looked really natural, and I think that's what I want. I just want them tattooed natural. I'll still fill them in. Let's just be
Mm-hmm.
totally honest. And then that's the other thing is when I have it done, they shave off all your eyebrow, and then they grow back in.
That'd be funny. So you're just like, I mean, at least it's natural looking eyebrows, so I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, but
Mm.
if you ever get them done, you definitely have to take a picture of yourself without any eyebrows, though,
Okay.
because that's funny.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we overwaxed that shit in the 90s, so it's sparse. We got no, you know, I'm a freaking old lady. I'm a childless millennial that overplucked her eyebrows, and
Dude, I would look like shit
I
without
still
eyebrows.
overwax my eyebrows. Let's be totally honest. Like that's part of the reason I have to fill them in so much because I don't know how else to get them waxed.
I mean, if you like let your eyebrows grow natural for like a year, would it just be so like splotchy that you couldn't?
They're pretty. I haven't waxed them in probably 6 months. So if you looked at the hairs, because I have blonde hair,
Mm,
so like do have hair down in here, like down like where normal people have hair, but it's like one or two or three.
gotcha.
So I mean, I can really go a long time without waxing my eyebrows.
I would look like shit without any eyebrows.
Oh yeah, you would.
It would look pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Especially being bald, so not having hair and then going without eyebrows.
So, what's the difference between the eyebrow tattoos and like the hair follicle or like the buzzed hair look
It's
tattoo?
kind of the same.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have to get those touched up all the time?
Not as I honestly only know like two people in the world that do those, so
Yeah.
I don't know the
That was trendy. Pretty trendy for a little bit.
was pretty trendy
Yeah. With bald. Well, I saw a lot of it on like
social media.
social media,
Mm.
which was, I don't know. I thought about doing it for a split second, and I was like, man, that means I'd actually have to cut my hair like constantly,
Mhm.
and then that's not gonna
It
happen.
looks so good though. Like
It does.
honestly, when it's cut, it actually looks really good.
It does look good.
Is that Stuart? I can't tell from I'm too far away. Hello, hello. Eyelash extensions. Oh, see, that's the problem. I don't know. I am kind of lazy about like personal maintenance like that. For me, it's not even like about the money anymore. It's just like I don't have the time to go to all the appointments.
Yeah, I don't know how some of these women do it. Like they have like eyebrows, eyelashes, hair, waxing the fucking top of your lip, waxing like down
Body,
there,
yeah.
body. You know,
Pedicure, nails.
it's like fuck, man. You guys got a
Yeah.
lot of shit going on.
It's too much for me. I don't have time to go to all those appointments.
Fuck no.
I probably should. I wouldn't be such a troll, but
I mean, I don't go to any appointments, so
no.
I mean, I found like a dude here that cuts my hair,
Mhm.
like like an actual barber that cuts my hair. My beard looks really great afterwards. He shaves my head and stuff. Even I don't go to those. It's like fuck, man. That's like a once in every 3 or 4 month
Yeah,
thing
you
for me.
go when you have like the day off,
Yeah.
like during the week. All I use to wash my face is water. I break out with anything I've ever used. Yeah, I use the
I will say, out of all the things of upkeep, you do upkeep your face pretty well.
yeah, like the moisturizers and
Hmm.
stuff and
I mean, your whole face wash thing is like a
whole routine.
yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
task in itself.
But I don't use like super expensive products. I've used all kinds of products. I even spent a good chunk of money like doing like going to the dermatologist and then going to estheticians. And honestly, what I found works best for me, well, my dermatologist is what got me on 2 of my care routines right now. But um, honestly, I just use CeraVe, or I don't know what it's called.
Survey?
Um, and then I use the face wash and the moisturizer, and then I use retinol. But I'm kind of in and out with it, and then I use like a hydrochloric acid. I don't know what it is. I'd have to look. It's some hydro something for your eyes. It's good over here. Brief synopsis. We moved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to make it your way.
Yeah, we finally got that. We finally found a city. Oh, it's not a city.
It's not a city.
We finally moved for work.
We're in the middle of nowhere. John took a position. We're here till March.
Pretty much.
We got a second doggy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of everything. We're hoping, I don't know actually where our friends are doing it, but we may be in your kind of neck of the woods. If actually, we should totally meet up with Stuart if we go.
Yeah.
Our friends are getting married in London. They haven't given us the date yet, though.
Yeah, it'll be sometime next year. So we might be across the pond.
No, well, we'd be on the same island. Is it an island? Continent?
Yeah.
It's not a continent. It's an island.
It's an island.
Right? Europe and
Europe's a continent. England's an island.
Yeah, England and Scotland are on the same island, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking could not get my brain. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we would definitely have to meet up. 100%. Yeah. I'll keep you posted for sure. I am convinced I want to move to Ireland still. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get John on board.
Hey, Mary's done a good job. I finally applied for my passport. It's only taken Mary like fucking 5 years. Or when did you get your passport?
5 years ago.
Doesn't that shit expire in 5 years?
10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
my pre-check expires next year though.
Yeah. So I finally got my finally getting my passport. So I mean that's a step forward, at least. I mean, Mary's hounded me like fucking every month, I swear, since she got hers.
I know. I was about ready to start leaving his ass and just traveling on my own.
I mean, didn't we traveled somewhere and I didn't have my passport, and all I had was my ID, and I didn't have TSA pre-check, and Mary's just like, John, you are a fucking piece of shit. Like, literally, the way she was talking to me is like, you are a fucking piece of shit. Like, making me stand in this line with you, not having a passport where they can just check your shit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, it annoys me. You just wait. We're about to go. We're about to travel, and John does not have pre-check. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am just going to leave him in the long-ass security line. I am going to get my ass through security. I'm going to find myself food. I'm going to find myself booze. And I'm just going to sit there for 3 hours while he makes it through security. Glenn still doesn't have his passport either? Yeah. You guys got to get on that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Stuart, do you guys have, well, and actually, Janelle, too, do you guys have, like, the pre-check and, clear over in your guys' countries?
Well, they don't have TSA, I don't think. That's a American federal thing, I'm pretty sure.
But they have, like, global entry.
Well, I don't know what their equivalent
like customs.
Is. Well, yeah, they have customs. TSA's not customs, though. We have customs here, but it's not TSA.
In Europe, do you have to go through customs every time you go to a different country?
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's not...
You didn't... Okay, well, probably since Brexit happened, you did. You do. But you used to be able to... It's kind of like us going to Canada and United States. Like, they'll ask us, like, hey, do you have this, this, and this? And they might search your car.
Okay, but
because
it's
you
not
could drive
like
train and
customs.
all. You could drive train and shit. Or not drive.
Right.
Ride train and shit. I'm sure they have some type of customs everywhere, and maybe each little country in Europe's different. But
interesting.
But it's probably
I
not
didn't
as
even think about
strict
that.
as it is like going from America to somewhere to
Oh,
America.
okay. Well, because I did see that we got to get the
If the country is in the EU, it's basically customs light.
Okay, so it's probably like our pre-check or our TSA type thing. But I did see we got to get like a thing for Europe. That's kind of seems like a pre-check thing. Like you got to go on and pay for it and get like background checked or whatever.
Yeah.
When I came home from Cuba, they didn't search our bags when we got home. We were just, oh, wow.
Yeah, but Cuba and Canada is a little bit different because Cuba and Canada have a good working relationship.
Uh,
Like United States still can't go to Cuba.
okay. No, it's like I'm gonna look it up because I saw it on the news the other day. It was like, oh, if you're coming to Europe, you have to have this thing. What do?
It's called a wallet with money.
Yeah.
We need a visa. Well, I hope we don't need a visa. Why would we need a visa?
Well, to live there.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no to.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to be living there for a
Okay, it's
while.
ETIAS authorization. It's starting in 2024. It's like a thing. Yeah, if we were to move there, which I don't know, John's supposed to check, but we technically could go on a visa. Oh, visitor visa. I
Extra
snuck
cigarettes.
in extra cigarettes. Oh fuck,
That's
that's
awesome.
hilarious. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I
That's
don't
kind of
know.
interesting.
Speaking of Europe, though,
Yeah.
and that like we went to a pretty interesting restaurant last night. It was like a
Uh,
European Greek-ish
last week.
last week.
Yeah, it was definitely I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna sound so ignorant, so I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, maybe you should just talk and not let me.
I mean, so there's this restaurant, and I don't know. It kind of seemed like a fusion restaurant. It was like a fusion between, and I shit you like not like Mexican and like Greek or something like that. And I mean, it was good. It was good. It had like shawarma, and it had like empanadas, and it had like some other things, like some different salads, and it was just kind of like all over the place. Like I don't really know what to call it. Like it wasn't Greek, it wasn't like Middle Eastern, it definitely wasn't Mexican, but it had like Mexican stuff in there,
Well, the Mexican stuff was more Cuban, like
Cubanish, yeah, Spanish,
Spanish
yeah.
than Mexican.
And then they had like like some American food, like sandwiches and shit. But we go in there and we're like, you know what, fuck it, let's try somewhere new. Like it's just right across the street. Like we'll try it. And then they had
It was
some.
a wild
It was
experience.
wild. They had some downstairs seating that we saw people going downstairs to go get sat. And we're like, okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll go downstairs, whatever. And like, it's not like a server type thing. It's almost like quick service to where you order your food at the front, you cash out, and then they bring you your food, uh, which is fine. However they want to run their business, which is fine. But like, we order our food, and all the people that we saw go downstairs to go sit ended up coming upstairs. They're like, yeah, we're gonna sit upstairs, and they were like, we could kind of hear some rumblings and stuff, and like it was oddly decorated,
It was
like
the weirdest fuck place.
upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And like every now and again, like the in between like the dining area and the kitchen, there was like, I don't know, like shower curtains blocking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every now and again, you'd see like this tall ass, like, I don't know, he kind of looked Russian to me, but like a tall ass, just
With like 90s yellow bleached hair, bad Botox.
and like super tan, and like he'd come out of those curtains and he'd just like walk through them, look straight faced, kind of look back and forth, and then just like go backwards and go through the curtains again.
Yeah, it was like it's kind of like the movies, where like the curtains kind of go and it's like super slow motion and you see a head pop out and then slow motion
Yeah.
back and close the curtains. It was fucking awkward. But listen, I went downstairs because I had a potty and I wanted to wash my hands before I ate. I thought I was gonna get killed and kidnapped.
Yeah.
It was like so crazy. Um, I don't even know how to describe the experience. I'm gonna boil it down to they had pantyhose hanging in the bathroom.
Yeah, like drying out or some shit, like just pantyhose hanging there, and then like they had like some tables down there. They had some mirrors along the wall, which a lot of restaurants have, but in this type of setting, it didn't
But it
do
was
it.
like serial killer
Yeah,
type.
like wallpaper and shit,
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
like every table was different. Like it almost seemed like every wall was a little bit different. And then they had like a section where they had like a 1960s style couch. It was like orange or fucking
I
red
didn't even see the
or
couch.
gold or some shit like that, just sitting there. And then some creepy ass fucking stairs. And I'm like, man, I can see why no one is sitting down here
Yeah,
right now.
it was
Like
awkward.
no one was sitting down there. And fuck, man, it was crazy. It was fun. Like they had great food though. Like their food was
I
good.
will go back.
Yeah.
So they had really good empanadas.
And I think
Which, okay, and this is where I sound ignorant because I thought empanadas were like basically a Spanish Cuban type food. And then the guy was like, "No, our cooks from Nicaragua, I can't talk today. Nick, help me out.
Nicaragua, something like that.
And she makes them traditionally." And I was like, I don't know why. Like in my mind, like empanadas were just like a Spain slash like Cuban. Like that's normally what I think of when I have those two. And especially because they serve the empanadas with black beans and then like Spanish style rice, but not like Mexican rice, like Spanish, true Spanish rice. Can you
So it's
scrolly?
Spain and Portugal,
Oh, okay. That's a
or
straight up nope for me. Yeah, it was creepy as fuck.
and then like I had like shawarma or something like that. So
Yeah, and
so
John
you
had
had
like,
like empanadas, which is like a Spanish type
yeah,
dish, and I had shawarma,
which is more like Mediterranean.
which is more Mediterranean
But
or Greek.
their tzatziki
Yeah, the tzatziki sauce.
was like some of the best tzatziki I've ever had.
Yeah, it was
I
really
mean,
good.
the food was amazing.
Yeah,
Was I like slightly worried I got poisoned? Yes.
kinda. And like, so I guess like further on in the night, that's when we met our friends, and we were like, hey,
Go to this
go to this
restaurant.
restaurant because they were starving and trying to like find somewhere to eat, and we're like, go to this restaurant, tell us how it is. And then like all of a sudden they didn't text us for like an hour, and like Mary was like, hey, are you guys okay?
Yeah, like
Like,
I was legitimately worried that they were like dead
yeah. I mean, would I
because it
go
got
there?
dark.
Like, would I go there again? Probably.
Yeah, I would make sure it's daylight
Like,
and wash, like bring hand sanitizer. Don't go to the bathroom.
I definitely like order takeout
Yeah.
instead. You know.
Oh, and then they have a sump pump in the bathroom, right? Which I was not mentally prepared for. So I flush the toilet, and all of a sudden you hear, I'm like, oh my God. Then I look to my right, there's pantyhose hanging. And then it's like a laundry tub. I don't know. It might be Turkish.
Yeah. See, this restaurant was just all over the place.
Yeah,
That's what we're saying.
yeah.
It was a fusion of everything.
Well, and it says Greek on the outside, so I think I'm going in and getting a Greek salad
Mm-hmm.
with like some feta and some olives and
Yeah.
like that's what I thought I was walking into.
It's fucking weird. Fucking weird.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I would probably eat there again.
Maybe we're just uncultured.
I don't know. Stuart said that's a note for me, so
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's us this time. Like any
Well,
other
no,
time,
thinking that shawarma was more like Mediterranean.
Mediterranean or Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, they almost kind of like border along
Okay.
the same region.
That's fair.
Um, yeah. I mean, for once, it's like it was them and not us, because usually it's us and not them. Because you and I, like, I don't know, we're I wouldn't say we're hard people to get along with, but we're I don't know, we have a hard time of like things have to be right
In restaurants.
in restaurants,
Yeah.
and it's not like we're assholes or anything. Like
Mm-mm.
we'll sit there, we'll eat the food, but we'll definitely judge you afterwards.
Yeah. I mean,
You
we'll
know,
definitely like tip accordingly and be polite. Yeah, gyros. I guess shawarma and gyros are kind of the same.
They had gyros there too.
Oh,
Yeah, they had gyros and shawarma.
can you hear Canton crying?
Yeah, I can. So they had both. So like they were prepared.
They kind of had it all.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was wild.
Yeah, it was a little weird. I told one of my coworkers at work about this story. I like showed him some pictures and shit. And he's like, "Oh man, that's fucking weird." I was like, "You should take your wife. Don't tell that you're taking your wife. Don't tell her where you're going. Just fucking go there. It'll be creepy. It'll be an experience, but you might walk away happy because the food's good, or you might walk away dead. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
who
like,
knows? I mean,
you know,
you may not survive this in Denver.
you could be my gyro next week.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, right. I don't know. It was a wild experience for sure. And here's the other thing: is we're in the middle of freaking nowhere. Think like middle America and what the news portrays, and that's kind of where we're at right now too. So that was another thing. I like was shocked that there was anything that had any culture in the area outside of like American food. Like everybody gets very excited about chain restaurants here, and especially being from like a major city, like coming from a major city, it was like, you think that's good?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had like yeah, maybe that's why they had such a mishmash of cuisine. The only people of any other culture in the area got together and was like, let's make a restaurant.
That's probably it.
That it like literally is kind of how it felt.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like we have one sushi place that's pretty decent, but I mean it's still like eh.
yeah.
But really, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's all the people that actually like.
We've lived here for almost a year now. Actually, next week will probably be a year.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's been a struggle. Don't get
Mm-hmm.
me wrong. Like, sometimes we fucking hate it here. Sometimes we like it here, and then we hate it here, and then we like it here. You know. I mean, but we have found some good spots, which has been
Mm-hmm.
nice. Cause
Like, and summer's been good because we've like been able to get out and about.
yeah, and the winter wasn't that bad. Even though it snowed a shit ton, like it was pretty much fucking sunny every other day.
Yeah, but I haven't like not been in the snow for so long. I like loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. And this is like the first year in like 10 years we've actually had a warm house, which I
Mm-hmm.
kind of liked.
Mm-hmm.
Because all like our house in Washington, it was a good house, but man, you could not keep that fucker
No,
warm.
not at all. It was always so fucking cold.
Yeah.
So cold.
So it was nice having a warm house. That's for damn sure.
But I'm definitely ready to like be somewhere with a little more culture.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna be going to Denver next month to go check out the city a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
see if it's a good place to live
And
or
we'll
not.
be in California next month too.
Yeah, we're not moving to California. That's all pleasure.
Yeah. We're doing Disney and then we're gonna check out Denver. Um and then we're gonna plan a trip to check out Indy.
Indianapolis. Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll be around.
Trying to I really, really want John to see if we can still go abroad.
I'm pretty sure I can, but Mary gets mad at me when I say that. So, I mean, I don't know what's better if I just like keep that in your mind that we might be able to actually do that, or just tell you no.
I want you to ask.
I already know the answer.
You do not.
Okay.
That was part of what sold us moving here.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things has changed in my
I
company
know.
since
Well, I
then.
want you to find out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Because if that, I mean, but here's the thing: if that's the case, why not go do it? Like, look how quick this went.
Yeah. And what if it's not the case? You want me to quit the job?
Yeah.
Because like that's almost kind of how like you're acting right now.
Yeah,
with it.
100%.
It's like fuck. If you're not gonna take me to Ireland, then quit your job.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do the UK. We could do Scotland. We could do. I not. I'm not saying this because I'm unwilling to learn another language. I'm saying this because I struggle. I've tried to learn Spanish, like fucking my whole life. Really, I took 2 years of Spanish in high school. I did the Rosetta Stone, and I still can't speak Spanish. So I'm worried about moving to a country that I can't speak the language because I like literally have tried my damnedest to learn Spanish and I cannot like catch on.
Yeah, you'll never learn the language. You'll just be like, hey, okay.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. Like, first of all, I think it's difficult for people like locals to Scotland, Ireland, England, Wales, uh oh, France. I don't know if I could learn French though. That would be my problem. And I just want to, because I know how frustrating it is to like need a translator and like,
Yeah.
and I hate not being able to
You know,
communicate.
I do have a question for Stuart. You know, so like in America right now, like it just feels like the world's burning to the ground. How does it feel like across the pond, like in
Yeah.
Scotland,
Or
England,
even Canada. Like, is it the
like
same for you guys?
Europe? Because it just like our news, everything, it just feels like the world is on fucking fire right
Mm-hmm.
now. Like everything's crazy as expensive. Like
Yeah,
you,
inflation's out of control.
the housing is out of control. Like everything is out of control. Like politics is out of control. It doesn't matter what you talk about, it's probably out of control.
Yeah.
You know, like our billionaires are getting out of control, more rich, and everyone else is getting poor.
Yeah. I'd say inflation feels like the biggest thing lately.
Yeah, our inflation right now
Like
is
that, just the
nuts.
cost of goods.
Hmm. Like it's it's like pretty bad right now.
We spent $200 at Costco. I did have some splurge purchases. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, we like literally bought like chicken, water, two dog toys,
Yeah,
um,
some candy,
some candy.
a couple shirts for work.
But the shirts were like $8.
Yeah, I mean, but
I
I
mean,
guess
I guess that's $16, but it's like,
like where the fuck did all this
yeah,
shit go?
it's crazy. Like we
Yeah.
didn't buy a ton of like it's not like we had like
No, like when we go to the grocery store, for sure. That's one thing for sure. Like
I
where
feel I'm feeling it.
like it hits hard. Like when I go like spend money on clothes or shoes, like I've always kind of been like a little bitch and always bought expensive shoes, you know?
Hmm.
So it doesn't really hit me that hard just because I don't buy it that often. So when I do buy it, it's
Hmm.
not as big of a deal. But food is something I buy like every other day,
Yeah.
you know? And we spend a lot of it.
Okay, UK is a mess, but it's slowly getting better. Inflation has dropped from 10 to 6. Energy prices went up nuts to like over 3K per year, but that's dropping now too. Uh, the double whammy from pandemic and Brexit. Are you guys getting a whammy too? Because I don't know. I'm not super versed in this. But don't you? Well, I know the UK does. I'm not sure about Scotland. Like, do you guys get a lot of your oil from Russia?
Probably.
Because that was like a big thing too, with
Hmm.
like trying to wean off.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so interesting.
It is. It is. I mean, it's it's interesting because you hear people that are like so upset with America and want to move somewhere else, but it's like, is it really better anywhere else? Like at this moment in time?
John's trying to talk me out of want to
No,
move abroad.
I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about like everyone that says it.
Hmm.
You know, it's like it's kind of a mess everywhere. You know?
I don't know. 10 to 6.9 sounds pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The Russia and Ukraine hit the energy department. Okay. So even if you didn't sell off all our oil for profit, we wouldn't have. Uh, oh, gotcha. So this is what I don't understand is it seems like every fucking country has oil. Like, is oil a scam? Because it sounds like every country has its own oil, but they all sell it to the other country. Is this like
Or they just don't drill for it, or they
money
reserve it.
laundering? Like, is every country money laundering their oil right now?
Well, the problem is we're buying all of our oil from like OPEC and shit and making them really fucking rich. And like, uh, we could go into that. Like, I'm not like super educated about it, so I don't want to like say something that's wrong.
Okay.
But I know that We buy our oil from other countries, just like a lot of other people buy their oil from a lot of countries. It's like they think we're gonna like run out or some shit, you know? It's like, are we really gonna run out? And it's like all of a sudden, United States has the only stockpile of oil. No, like we will find way better energy sources other than oil before oil ever runs out.
I don't know who we sell our oil to be honest. All I know is 90% of it comes from Scotland and 100% of the profit goes to London.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. Well,
not surprised.
yeah.
Not surprised.
How do you like? How do you like that new king?
So
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a big deal.
that was a big deal.
Over across the pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, I think there's like, he can get in the bin with his wife. I agree. I'm like Team Princess Diana
For sure.
sure.
For
I don't
sure.
know. I think that honestly, she's the one that like got at least myself, and I could speak for like a lot of us over here. Like she's the one that like really like brought attention to the royal family and like
Like
I don't know,
Americans
like
are
European
obsessed.
culture. Yeah, people are obsessed.
Yeah. Like especially like I know a lot of Americans are just obsessed with like the monarch and like the royal family, and I don't know if they're obsessed in the fact of they want to follow the rules or if they just like they're fantasized by
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yes. She should have been queen.
I agree with you. Diana is the only
Agree.
one that should have been queen.
I'm convinced she was killed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Convinced.
There's conspiracy theory as old as time right now.
100%. And like, anywho, yeah. How do we get
I don't know.
so-
We just jump all over the place. Oh, because we were talking about European food.
okay.
That restaurant, somewhat
Gotcha.
European.
Gotcha. I don't
Whatever
know.
it was.
It's abroad. It's a little
Creepy
of
ass
everything.
restaurant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe I just have it romanticized in my mind. Like, live in weirdly enough, I've never liked the royal family, but it was weird when Liz died, given she had been around my whole life. Yeah, I mean, for you, like that is like your. I mean, you guys have your parliament and such, but like they are like the over. Hello, Miss. Hello, hello. Um, like your like figurehead,
Well, that and she was the figurehead for so long.
like 100 years.
You know, like it. Like people lived and died with her being the queen, and then born and then lived. You know, like everyone knew her who she was. She was like the probably one of the most famous people in the world.
Yeah.
You know, like her and the Pope pretty much are like the most.
Yeah, I would agree. She was what made the UK feel stable. I would not feel stable with your king right now. Honestly, I would not.
Yeah, that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah. But so like moving abroad, this is what I have romanticized in my mind, right?
But sorry,
Like
I say that because I've watched too much American TV.
that's fair.
You know,
That is fair. I feel like it's true though. How are you? I saw. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Who's Sausage Fingers? I don't know who Sausage Fingers is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Oh.
Is that King
Oh,
Charles?
King
Oh
Charles,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I just have it romanticized to live in like Ireland, Scotland, where there's like the cobble streets, and I just want to work in like a pub and like down like a little alley or like a cute little barber shop and
I mean, I guess
walk home at the end of the day,
I guess it wouldn't be bad to where like you're expected to have a beer with breakfast.
right?
You know,
Yes,
like I wouldn't mind that.
100%.
You know, like if I have a beer with breakfast right now, it's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Oh goodness, you're back to 2 nights in September. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Way to commit. We still suck at committing.
Yeah, I think we were on last week though, right?
No, we did the week
Oh,
before.
week
We're like
before.
bi-weekly now.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks. There we go.
We're working our way up though. Like honestly,
We're just trying to figure it out.
I think once winter comes, because honestly, we have had a really nice fucking summer,
Yeah.
and it's hard to like. And we're both like, no, I wouldn't say struggling with our jobs, but our jobs are a lot right now.
So stressful. I completely changed career fields like a crazy lady.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about it, but whew. Practice one is good. Practice show. We did a practice show without any listeners, and we screwed the pooch. We ended up like fighting. Honestly.
Did we?
Yeah. Oh, it happened on a Yes. Do you get it, babe?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I was just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah.
You got that, but
Still
yeah,
got it.
no, well, we weren't like fighting, but it was like, okay, this is where we were gonna change the format and kind of do it a little different. And we tried, and it just is not our style. And so at the end, it was like basically, if we're gonna do it that way, like that's not gonna be fun for us.
Well, we tried to do it structured.
Yeah.
Like a structured podcast, and we did a couple test runs. And it's hard because like we want to be structured in like kind of what we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But also we don't want to take away the energy and like the fun of
Like just whatever, like shooting the shit.
just whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
But we also want to make it interesting for people to actually listen. You know.
But you know what I am super happy about is like our old crew is all in here, and
Yeah.
we're on our second one back on Podbean. So
Right.
that makes me like super happy to see y'all in here. We got to see Light Bright last time, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
No. Well, so
Go check on the dog real quick.
I know. I'm sure it's coming through on the mic, but we got a little baby Canton. Our new little puppy. He is just crying at the door. Yeah, she was in 2 weekends ago when we came in, so which was cool. We came on pretty late though. So it was cool to have her in our show. So I hadn't seen her, I mean, since we stopped on Podbean, whenever that was. Like, because I don't know, we kind of went through the whole gambit. We went from Podbean, and then we're like, okay, we're just going to Twitch and play video games. And then we got bored with that video game. And then went to YouTube, then went back to Twitch, then we like took a full hiatus from social media. And then now we're back. Light Bright as in Sadie. Yeah. Is Castbox still going strong? I only ever got on that app for you, Stuart. So I don't know. Are you still on there? Are you still doing a show? Yeah. It sounds like Light Bright's doing pretty good though. Nah, they shut that Wild West down. Yeah, it was wild over there. They just kind of, I don't know. I didn't jump, like I said, I didn't jump into too many shows. Most of the shows I jumped into were just yours. Are they? You could let him in. He's crying. Oh, it's about to get wild. I regret that decision instantly. Instant regret. So remember when we first got a puppy and John couldn't handle it? Well, now we have a second puppy. And they are... I felt bad for them because they were crying.
Well, of course they're going to cry.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Hi, baby. Hi, honey.
I mean, they're fine until they get in this room and they destroy everything.
We just need to puppy-proof it.
Well, it wouldn't be my room if it was puppy-proofed.
That's why they don't get to be in my office when I work, honestly.
I mean, like...
Who let the dogs in?
Well,
yeah, same breed. I should post a picture of him up. I haven't been on my personal account at all. I just hang out on their account. But he's like a lemon. And so he's kind of like this little ginger. He's so fucking cute. And then he is a character. You guys, I love the shit out of Bruno, but this little Canton is like the personality. Hi, baby.
Yeah. He's definitely a personality,
just
that's for sure.
Quirky and funny, and I still have my two devils. It's true, though. Gosh, they're wild, right? Like dogs. just rule the roost, and they're just craziness. Well, I'm glad to hear you guys are going back, Lady Rebecca. We're traveling in September, but if I'm home during your shows, I'll try to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Try to jump in. Stuart, are you still doing the Twitch thing? I don't get the notifications from Twitch anymore, so.
No, I don't know. I haven't been on Twitch for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's moved. Like we were doing Twitch pretty good for a while.
Yeah, telling them that.
Oh, so they already filled them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our little like gambit of Twitch, and then YouTube back to Twitch.
And then moving, and then
Yeah.
like trying to figure things out. You getting a new job.
Yeah, and then we got really into Diablo and did nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I do nothing now. I mainly read and review books on Insta. I like it. What kind of books are you reading?
I mean, Diablo was really fun for a little bit.
Yeah, we were like really into it.
We were. And then they kind of fucked shit up.
Mm.
And then they came
And
out.
we finished the whole campaign and the side quests, so.
Yeah, we kind of finished everything, and the first season was blah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably gonna wait for like the second or third season before
We get back on it.
yeah, get back on that train, and probably just enjoy the rest of summer before it's gone. Because
Mm-hmm.
you could kind of feel like, even though it's still warm and hot outside, like in the mornings, it's just a tiny bit more crisp.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Oh, everybody's talking about Builder's Gate. Maybe we need to get into it. Yeah, we fell away from Diablo 2. We were I don't know. It was tough because it was like it was really cool at first. I actually like for the most part enjoyed the storyline. We got through most of the challenges, and then once we were ranked up, it was like I don't know. This is so dumb. But it pissed me off because instead of it actually getting harder, all they did was freeze your fucking character till you just died. Like there was no challenge to it. It was just like, here we go. I don't know. We might pick it back up. Yeah, no, 100%. Like we definitely we played the campaign super quick and ranked up pretty quick, and then we're like, eh. And then the seasons wasn't too cool, so we were like, yeah, took a break. And then like it was like one night we were like, yeah, we're done. So we might go back to it. I don't know.
well, I don't like how during the first season they just regurgitated the content that we just barely beat.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I wouldn't even mind, like you were saying, if we could play the campaign at a harder skill level.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun. Cause I like loot, and the thing is, like after you got like to a point to where you're powerful and you could beat everything, like even if it was a couple tries, you didn't have to destroy it, but you could beat it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, is it worth grinding for marginally better loot?
Yeah.
Like if they had some crazy ass shit, for sure, I'd probably still be playing.
Yeah.
If I could just make my character into some badass and it had like super unique gear and like this and that, but right now their gear just isn't.
It's like, eh.
The loot's kind of boring right now.
I don't know if I know what. I don't know what Starfield is.
We don't have a Xbox.
Mm.
I mean, we have a PC, but not an Xbox.
Cyberpunk. I probably all the bugs are fixing that. I can play it now.
Probably. But I don't know. But Destiny 2 was like that at the beginning. Like it was fun, and then it got boring, and it just took like a year before the game got exciting, and then they started coming out with fresh new content. You know, and I don't know. I feel like with the games as services, like they should really focus on giving you like super front loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where like most of the players leave, is because they're waiting for more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if it's super front loaded and you pretty much have like 3 seasons worth of stuff to do, like when it first releases, and then by the time like they actually release a season, like people are ready for it and they
Like
want
content.
it and like excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, especially if you want us to pay for it, right? Like, but I don't know. That's just how I feel about it.
yeah,
That's what happens with most live service games. It's a shame because there's so much potential. Agreed.
and I know a lot of people really hate
Welcome in, Father Brian.
live
Welcome in.
service games, but I fucking love them because it's just, if the microtransactions aren't like bad, if they're not unforgiving,
Mm-hmm.
they could be really fun and like just keep you engaged for, 10 years, which is cool. They come out with new content like every 3-4 months, and then you play it and it's fun, and then you build up a character and it's fun, and then maybe you take a month break and you get more content.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see how Diablo turns out.
Yeah. Father Brian, I just heard you guys are coming back in September. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Maybe this is like the flow of the world. Like everybody on here needed just a break, and
Yeah.
then
I mean, I
like
guess
simultaneously it's like,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna do this thing.
Because I guess technically in September will be our 3-year anniversary with taking it pretty much a year off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, we've tried like here and there. Like I said, we came on here 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like, okay, this is like our natural. Like after
path.
trying to like
do other things,
branch out and do other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did need a timeout. But I didn't feel like we fit in anywhere else. I don't know, the other apps just weren't like doing it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's flooded with other stuff. I mean, like obviously we're gonna publish the episodes and get them on the internets and do stuff, but
agreed. Everybody did just need a break after the pandemic. And it was honestly, it was fucking wild after the pandemic too.
I mean, we're only a year after mask mandates here.
Yeah.
Like we're still recovering from like all this shit. I mean, and people still dying from it. It's like it's still not gone. People still get it.
Yeah.
I
don't know, and I think a lot of people did like a lot of crazy things during the pandemic. Like, look at us. We moved to the middle of fucking nowhere. Like literally the middle of nowhere.
I mean, not technically the middle of nowhere. I mean, famous people pay a lot of money to go fishing like 5 miles from where we're at.
Okay. A middle of nowhere. They pay money to come fishing here. But
I mean, we can fish there for free.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Like, I think there was like a whole migration that happened. There was like a lot of mental shit with being locked down. Just the world was on fire. I don't think we're gonna like I don't know if our world's gonna shut back down, but I'm definitely not like mentally, emotionally prepared going into like an election year.
Yeah, I mean, next year is gonna be a shit show. Like, honestly, the politics in America right now is a fucking joke. It is a fucking joke. And
any of us? No, I was just hoping, like, because I was just finally getting to a spot where I was like, okay, like, I could maybe watch the news. Like, not like watch the news, but just be more, like, aware. Oh, gosh. So you guys have an election, too. And like, not any political party or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to talk, like, actual politics, but it's like, I am not fucking prepared for how crazy people get with this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think a younger crowd needs to be in office.
Yeah.
I mean, what's crazy though is check this shit out. Did you know that right now Bill Clinton is younger or around the same age as Joe Biden, and Bill Clinton was president like fucking 30 years ago? That is just fucking nuts to me.
Yeah.
Like, why are these fucking old, decrepit, fucking people running our country? It is disgusting.
I like the TikTok politician. I don't even know what what party. I don't know if he's Democrat or Republican. Like, I do not know. Like, honest to God, do not know. But I like him.
I think it's 35 or 36.
I thought it was 40.
I think it's 35 or 36.
Yeah, I like him, Father Brian. I really like him. Do you know what party he's with? because this is kind of how I feel. I think this is why I like him. I think he's like middle
You have to be
American,
35 years old.
Democrat, and like East Coast, like major city Republican. Like I really feel like he's kind of like
Right in the middle.
right in the middle.
I mean, I can stand by that because that's kind of how you would classify me. Like here where I am right now, people call me a liberal. But where I was at before in Washington, people called me,
Republican.
a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm just right down in the middle. Like I believe in people's rights. I believe in you should be able to smoke weed and carry a gun. Like there's some stuff I believe in.
Oh my God. Are you kidding? Over there, you only have to be 18?
Yeah, but our youngest president was like president in the 60s, and it's just been getting progressively older ever since then.
At this point, you think that
Like
you'd
the
have to
minimum
be
age,
70 to be president?
the minimum age is 70 years old now
Yeah.
to be a president. We want grandpas that need to use a walker to.
Oh my gosh. Fucking dude, I would love a 35-year-old right now
Yeah.
to be
what?
president.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm glad you finished your sentence right there.
Sorry, I had a Costco burp mid-sentence.
Well, because you're like, I would love a 35-year-old. I was like, God damn, Mary, I'm getting a little too old for you, huh?
Vote for me. I use a cane. Yeah, there we go. Father Brian for president. Yeah, you are getting too old for me, I guess.
Fuck. I mean, I guess you can go for the 35-year-old if you want.
Dude.
You couldn't handle a 35-year-old.
Fuck no, I could not train another husband.
Train? How do you know I haven't trained you? How to train me?
I'll let you believe that.
All right, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Because you're so strong.
I know. Fuck you.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys. This will be our last story because the dogs are losing their shit. But so John comes home from work and he's like, "Oh my God, babe, we hired this new employee and oh, same. That's the whole country, I think. So John comes home. He's got this new employee, and she's like a pretty young girl. And I guess all the little boys were like really trying to impress her and were like really doing their job and like trying to show off their muscles and like really just being efficient and
it was fucking
working hard.
I was like, oh my God, that's the fastest I've ever seen these young dudes work. They were working it. They were showing off. They were showing off so hard for this young lady. I was like, fuck, man, that's the hardest I've ever seen them work.
Yeah. So he's telling me about this. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. Like that they're like trying to show off like that. I'm like, do they know that that's not like super impressive to us? Like, yeah, like we want you to be strong, but that's not like the it thing. And John's like, you've been telling me for 16 years that I'm so strong. And I was like, oh, babe. So when I'm like, oh, baby, you're so strong, you think I'm being endearing? And it sent him into an existential crisis for like a solid 2 weeks. A solid 2 weeks. And then there was something else with it too that you were like, so does this mean that? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Here we go. Do you remember what it was?
I'd have to rewatch my TikTok to be quite honest.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
But
I saw that video. Yeah.
It's not like okay, so it's not like I go out to try and impress my wife or anything. I mean, I do. Like, I try to impress her every now and again, but it's not like I'm trying to like lift heavy shit just to impress her. It's usually like lifting shit or putting stuff away or, stuff that just needs to get done, that Mary can't do. Like lifting the dog down the stairs or some shit like that, And she's like, you so strong. And then, or whatever. So it's like, okay, yeah, oh, thanks, babe. I am strong. Yeah, I know. And then to find out that it doesn't impress her much.
Doesn't impress me much. Yeah, but here's how he's getting back at me. Do you know what he made me do today? You did it on purpose, didn't you?
Just go ahead and tell the story.
He made me carry a case of water in.
Yep. A case of water.
Do you know why? Because I'm so strong.
Yeah. Well, and then we were at Costco and Mary's like, "Oh yeah, just grab 3 of them or whatever, and we'll go walk around." And it was like, "It's because I'm strong, huh? That's why you made me lift those." So now it's just like just an inside joke of every time I do something, I'm so strong. I'll tell her before she tells me because I'm on to her, you know.
But now I kind of like feel sad that like the secret's out.
I mean,
And really, I was just trying to tell you, like those young boys, it's funny. Really, I should have told you you should hire more pretty girls.
this is what you should have said,
Yeah, that's what I should have said.
but you didn't.
You know, because his little kids are like, I mean, these kids are kids, like 19, 20.
Yeah, 19, and they're fucking nerds, man. Like, it's okay to be nerdy because I'm nerdy as shit too, but these guys are like really nerdy. Like, will probably still live with their parents forever, nerds. And you know, they're cool. They're cool guys. Like, I get along with them very well because they play board games, they play video games. You know, they do D&D. They are just like the barely functionable nerds. You know, the ones that are like able to barely go out in society.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
they can brush their teeth and put deodorant on, and
The deodorant's a little hit and miss.
okay.
But they can brush their teeth.
I bet you could get him to wear deodorant if you were like, hey.
So his mom's used to work there, and she would give him shit because he'd work and he'd be like, she would like, you need to put some damn deodorant on. You're going home and taking a shower. You know?
Oh my God. Could you imagine working with your mom and her telling you that?
Fuck no.
Like, oh, poor kid.
Yeah. I mean, but she's nerdy as fuck too. She's a quirky little
Okay.
piece of work as well. And their dad works there too.
Oh, gosh.
And he's fucking not any better, you know? But of
Oh,
course,
gosh.
here I am, like a manager of them, and like I play video games and board games and do all the stuff that they do, you know, which, you know, at first caught them by surprise that I'm,
As does everybody.
you know, as does everybody. So, but it's kind of cool because now they have something to like talk to me about, you know,
Aw,
whenever something
so
comes
give
up.
you like a little connection.
Yeah, you know, so whenever like they play board games as a family or something like that, they'll talk about it, or the kid, he's like super into Metal Gear Solid, which that's my favorite fucking game. Like, you know, we'll talk about that every now and again because he's replaying them all, and they're coming out with remaster collections and shit.
Oh, that's
so,
pretty cool.
yeah. So, but with that being said,
I don't know. I had a super.
They
nerdy
worked
kid at
hard.
work. That's good. That's good. I guess you need to hire more pretty girls so that they can be like, "You're so strong."
I don't know. There's probably some people I work with that would fall for that.
Well, you fell for it.
I was being like mean towards one of my coworkers.
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh.
anyway, so
I get it. So actually, yesterday, this kid I work with, he's my friend. He's like pretty nerdy, but he's like computer nerdy, and I'm more just like video game nerdy. And my friend's kid was in the room and he was playing the Freddy Cougar game.
mhm.
And so I was like talking to him through Teams because we were all sitting on Teams. And like I was like talking about all the games, right? And literally he's like, Mary, I'm just gonna stop you right there. He's like, how the fuck do you put 1,400 hours in Animal Crossing, 1,000 hours in the Battlefield, 1,000 hours in a Diablo?
No, we did not put 1,000 hours in the Diablo.
Okay, well, you know, he's like
Yeah.
saying like,
Yeah.
how are you putting all of these fucking hours into these video games that you've like clearly mastered? Not mastered, but you know, like you've
Mhm.
clearly spent some time gaming. He's like, please tell me how the fuck you are so dumb when it comes to computers. I was like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you had to teach me to push shift and then enter so that my team's messages didn't send. So that I could I could start a new like line.
Yeah.
Like I literally didn't know how to like save an Excel sheet that I like changed without it like saving that as a master copy
Mm-mm.
of that worksheet. So he's like, I don't fucking understand. He's like, you have this like huge social media following that you do like all these edits on for your dogs. You play these video games. You're obviously nerdy as fuck. Like you play a bunch of board games. Like
You're just not computer nerd.
he's like, I like sometimes when you call me and are like, can you show me how to do this? Which, to be fair, earlier that day, I had like done something and my screen got really fucking small and then it had like a border around it. And so I call him and I'm like, I don't know what fucking happened. Like, I need some help here. I broke my computer and now it's small and I can't see. And he's like, bitch, press control and then scroll your like little scroller. And so, and that was like the whole conversation.
That's
Because
what
he's
I
like,
did for you. It's like, the screen is so small. Just control and hit the scroller. Made it bigger for you.
right, but like I was like, well, I think you might just be my work husband because I've had my husband to like do all this for me. Like I've never worked on a computer before. Like that's like never been part of my job. So like if I was at home on a computer and I fucked some shit up, you were there to fix it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I just don't fucking understand, Mary. Like it like hurts my brain sometimes the shit you ask me because I know like who you are and what you do.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because our IT person, one of my coworkers called him because he couldn't figure out how to do something. And like he was walking him through it, and then he walked through my other coworker, and then like he got to me. He's like, "Well, I'm just gonna give the phone to John so you can walk him through it." And I was like, "I already did it, dude." He's like, "You already did it? Did you do it like this?" I was like, "Yeah, I did this yesterday."
Yeah.
When the problem arose, I wasn't gonna wait.
You're like, I got it.
I already got it. He's like, "Oh, okay." And then he asked me like a bazillion questions to see if I did it right. He's like, "Okay, well, you got it." I was like, "Thank you, sir." And he's kind of like a condescending, like he's an IT person, but
He's like the smart nerd that thinks everybody's stupid. Is what it sounds like.
well, he's kind of a dumb nerd that thinks everyone's stupid. But like he's barely an IT person in my opinion. And
because you're so smart, babe.
But he like talks to everybody like he'll come into the office every now and again. He works out of Boise, but he'll come in every now and again and just start talking jargon and this and that and like, oh yeah, so that is when I was like, dude, I know what you're talking about, man.
You're like, it's fine.
It's fine. And he'll start talking about network stuff. It's like, I know what you're talking about.
You're like, bro, I have a fucking server and a network in our home. Everything's connected. Yeah. Like, calm down.
Calm down.
It's because you have an iPhone.
Yeah. Why?
Yep. That's what I've discovered.
If you have an iPhone, you're all of a sudden computer illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, to like IT people, because they are very serious about their Androids, which is fine. It
is fine, but Androids are mostly pieces of shit that break within a year.
That is one thing. So I fucking loved my Note when I had it, my Samsung Note. But once like the next generation started coming out, it like literally like not the software, it's the hardware. Like, right, this is hardware, like the case and shit.
Yeah, hardware and casing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like, was like so fragile and weak. And I'm hard on my phone. Yeah. My Android's been going strong since 2019. That's good.
See, like I always got Androids, and I did like my Android. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was an Android user I
liked the customization of it.
Forever.
But we were breaking them way too fast.
Like, I couldn't go a year without having to replace my phone. And then one time, Apple's like, "Hey, we have a buy one
free phones. And
buy one get one free." I was like, "Fuck it, I guess I'm making the switch." Mm-hmm. And then I had that phone for like 5 years or longer. I went from an 8 to a 13, so whatever that is in generations. You know.
Yeah.
And I got the 13 before the 14 released. So, like, I went, like, 5 years without actually needing a phone.
Mm-hmm. Like, for the hardware side. Like
and the only reason, like, we upgraded is because my mom needed a new phone. And my mom, like, doesn't get a new phone unless I upgrade.
Which she still has my iPhone 8.
Yeah.
I would agree the software is restrictive. And if I'm being full transparency here, I have every Google application downloaded on my phone, and I use.
I mean, but there's a lot of really cool like Apple shit that you could use. Like, I'm not gonna go into an Apple Android debate right now, but like, there's some cool shit like I could program into my Apple phone that if I leave work, like it will notify Mary. If once I get home, I could literally play a song on our smart speaker, like "Hell to the King" because I just arrived at work, and I can make like little notes to where like if I'm somewhere, it will remind me, or and then it will remind Mary too. Like I could, and I'm sure Android has the equivalent, but
Yeah, I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's pretty much the same.
yeah,
At this point, I just don't want to be in a group chat with somebody with an Android because I like blue.
I mean that does annoy me.
It annoys me because for two reasons. One, it annoys me that Apple's made it so like elitist and restrictive like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it also annoys me because I can't name the chat,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what really annoys me. And it's not because somebody's an Android user that it annoys me. It annoys the fuck out of me that if they are an Android user, like if you have an Android user in the group chat and they send you a video, it's like the size of a fucking pinhead on your screen and you have to download the video to be able to watch it. And that's what makes me insane.
And oh man, and our friends were just nonstop sending us videos. And like we made them download Snapchat. It's like, if you guys are gonna send us fucking videos,
like you have to do Snapchat.
You have to do Snapchat because we cannot keep downloading your fucking 5-minute fucking videos on that shit.
I'm like, at this point, just please FaceTime us.
Yeah, or something.
Like, because I'm not gonna switch phones. You're not gonna switch phones. Like, let's be honest, these fuckers are like,
and I'm not gonna get
$1,300 now.
Like another messenger app. They're like, well, you should get WhatsApp. It's like, I'm not gonna get WhatsApp. Like, I don't want to download an app just so I could use it with you.
Yeah, but we especially where everybody has Snapchat. If you don't have Snapchat, where you at?
Yeah, I mean Snapchat's on its way out.
I know we don't even really use. We use Snapchat. I use Snapchat with my friends from work.
Yeah,
mainly just to send dog pictures back and forth.
I mean, Snapchat is fun. I mean, you and I use it all the time because we'll instead of like texting, we'll send a snap,
like photos,
you know, photos and stuff. And it's nice to see your pretty face every now and again.
Oh, my friend from work. What? How have you never used Snapchat? So there's two of us that are like really into dogs, and so we have a side chat, and literally the chat consists like he sends me a picture of his dog, and then I send a picture of my dog. Like literally, basically, anytime we're fucking think our dogs are cute, we send a Snapchat back and forth, and he fucking today he's like, Mary, we have a problem, and I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you just outranked my girlfriend. And I was like,
shit.
What do you mean? And he's like, I've got to figure it out, though. He's like, I send her a snap and be like, hey, love you, have a great day. And then I'll send her a picture of the dog when they're doing something cute. And then she doesn't respond. He's like, the difference is that, well, one, he's not snapping me. He loves me. But he's like, I snap you a picture of my dog. And you snap 2 pictures back because you have to show me both your dogs.
It's because you're snapping more frequently.
Yeah.
So when you had your streak with Mandy, which pissed me off because she was always your number one, because like we'd snap like quite frequently.
Yeah.
But
her I talk to like all day every day.
You would talk to her all day every day, and you had like a longer streak than us. Like we went on like thousands of days, or at least like 1,500 streak. And I was like, man, that fucking bitch, man. She like has the streak. She has the fucking the favorites thing. And like Mary's my only fucking friend.
Yeah.
You know.
It's fun. Like I said, like I literally have like a group chat with all my coworkers. We just send like our dogs, they send their kids. That's why my friend, this other friend and I started it's a dog only Snapchat. That's like the rule. You can't send me a Snapchat if your dog's not in it. Like, yeah. It's just like unwritten rule. Like we don't even put like text in there. It's literally just of the dogs. Sometimes I'll like message back and be like, oh my god, fucking adorable. Yeah. Or vice versa, right? But like it literally is just like you're the only person I can send pictures of my dog to and not annoy the shit out of all fucking day. And but he's like, but honestly, I'll take a picture and I send it to both you and my girlfriend. The only difference is that you reply with your dogs. And I was like, yeah, I do the same shit where I send the picture to you and my husband. And he's like, well, does your husband reply? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
I do. Because you got me trained.
See?
Yep.
You want that Snapchat win. You're still like way above everybody.
Well, now it's because like everyone fell off Snapchat, so now they don't use it. So
It's true.
pretty much just you and I now. Well, you have friends on Snapchat. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, all my friends from work, and then you, and then my cousin. I snap a lot. Um, I mean, I have 10 people that want to be my friend right now that I haven't even like.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I used to be like super big in this like the social media game, and now I just feel like I don't feel like I'm losing it. I just feel like I don't know. Like I'm not losing my social media game. I've just lost all my friends like along the way. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to have like a bunch of people I used to interact with, and now I just kind of only interact with you.
John told me I'm his only friend.
I kind of did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, because Mary the other day she was like, "Hey, like, aren't you so upset that like I send you all these TikToks and you have to send them to all your friends and all mine are gold and blah blah blah." I was like, "Bitch, I don't fucking send TikToks to anybody else but you." She's like, "What?" I was like, "I don't have any other TikTok friends that I send my shit to."
That's fair.
Yeah.
I've been like, well, I go back and forth where I'm like only on the dog's social media, and then I'll go back to my social media, and then I've been on only the dog social media for a
Yeah.
hot minute.
Yeah, this last year, I mean, especially with like the move and getting used to my job and then you getting used to your job and like trying to figure out our lives with both of us working like actual corporate jobs. I've definitely taken a step back in social media, at least with posting.
1 out of 10 stars. Do not recommend.
Corporate jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking suck. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, kind of have to do it these days.
I don't know. I think cutting all your friends out isn't a bad thing. Honestly, I really don't. I think you need like 1 or 2 good friends.
You know how Mary and I cut our friends out? We fucking move.
Yeah.
We get tired of our friends. Time to move.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Tired of my friends. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Time to get the fuck out of here. Mary and I, we haven't moved that much, but I mean, we've made 3 big moves in our relationship so far. So I think that's enough. Like that's kind of a lot, right? A lot of people like stay in the same place, and their big move is like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, 2 big moves.
2.
Yeah. From Idaho to Seattle and Seattle to Idaho.
I guess so. I don't know where the third
We're
one
about
was.
to make a third.
Yeah, maybe I'm already there.
Yeah. We're going out of country.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fantasize it. The only 2 people left who've been, it's so small for me. Consistency in my life for 16 plus years. Moving helped as well. I realized none of my friends couldn't make the effort to travel 20 minutes. So I just said bye 100%. And that's the thing. But it is the thing. But I'm going to be fucking honest, you guys. So my best friend from college, I'm a shit fucking friend, you guys. Like, and that's the thing. Like, when my friends can't hang out with me, I'm like, it's cool. Like, I fucking get it. Like, I am not a good friend. I try to be, and I will be like, like if my friend called me, right, and was like, hey, I really need your fucking help, I will show up. But this friend I just saw for the first time since we moved home, and I've been here a year. I have a second time. I have a plethora of excuses, and they're all legitimate. But
it's no excuse.
It is still no excuse. Like, I just needed to. Good night.
Right.
Well, if we're not traveling when you guys go on in September, I'll jump in.
But yeah, I mean,
I guess I need to re-download the app actually, so I know.
I mean, we are pretty bad friends.
But we are.
But I guess we could get back.
Hey,
into that.
Mr. A, long time no see.
I guess that's a conversation for another day.
Trying to be better friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. Well, and a lot of my friends I would like interact with on social media, and I've been like purely on the dog's social media,
Oh, for sure.
So.
I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah. Hey, hey,
Hey.
hey. We're kind of ish back. We're trying to be more consistent. It's been like every other weekend. We're trying to get more, I'm a very low maintenance friend.
Yeah, like
I
I've
try
told
to be.
I've told like my family this because my family kind of complains. It's like, John, you're always late. You're always late. It's like, bitch, I'm not always late. I am not always late. I just don't show up.
Right.
There's a difference.
I don't know why
You
they
know?
think we're always fucking late.
Like
We're on time people.
like if we show up, we are on time. But like I'm gonna let you know. Like if you invite me sometime, it's like no, we're not gonna do that.
You say that, but you are
Well,
not like that. Unless I'm
no,
like, no, we're not going.
I do that. Like I say that every single time. Hey, we're not gonna make it. I let them know. It's not like I just don't show up.
Yeah, but I'm sure when we got invited to this weekend, you're like, I don't know, we'll see.
No, well they asked if we were going to Montana. I was like, well, we're not going to Montana. I don't know what our plans are yet, but I'll let you know.
Yeah. Which I'm kind of bummed we're not going, but I am also glad we're not in a car driving right now with our 2 dogs.
I mean, it could have been fun. I mean, off-roading would have been fun for sure.
I know.
That part would have been fun. It's just like the drive there.
The logistics.
And like honestly, like off-roading is one of those things. I know you're only going 5 miles an hour, but it's fucking exhausting when you do it all day. Like you don't want to drive back home.
Yeah, well, we definitely would have stayed tomorrow night, but
it's one of those things that you definitely need a hotel or like a camper.
Yeah.
Or not a camper, but like a rooftop tent.
Which I was fine getting a hotel, but I want to do some like trial runs with the dogs before we're like thrown into it, you know?
For sure. I mean, I think we're settled in enough to where we could start doing more things with our dogs for sure. You know, and we have been doing more things with them. Like we've been taking them on more car rides and more.
Like getting them used to that stuff.
And getting them used to it. And we just got so fucking busy there for a while that it was literally go to work, go home, go to work, go home, you know. But now we're
rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
Well, and now the newness of us being here is worn off a little bit. I think our families will like give us a minute. Oh yeah, they fucking love the car. That's part of the problem. Is that Bruno, we have to be in the car for a solid like 7 hours before he'll just lay down. Otherwise, he has to be like center console captain of the ship. Canton will lay down after about 45 minutes and sleep.
Yeah, they're both really good in the car.
Yeah, but we haven't done a long trip with the new dog Canton. Bruno's a fucking champ at traveling, honestly. Yeah. He's done it enough with us, though. But having a second dog definitely changes the strategy.
Yeah.
Of how we, like, roll with this.
I mean, it's not too different. I mean, Bruno's just used to being, like, right in the center console, and which is fine, because he was the only dog there for a little bit. But Canton's really good. I mean, we take the back seat out of the Jeep, so like both of them have plenty of room to do whatever they want.
They have the whole back of the Jeep, so.
I mean, so they're
it's
good.
Just, and then like staying in hotels, like our dogs are
big babies.
Big babies. They're not too vocal, honestly, but I do worry about like their hair in a hotel.
I mean, if it's a dog friendly.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I think with Canton, he's still a pup and he's still kind of learning boundaries and stuff like that. And once he'll get over this hump to where he'll be more calm and mellow.
I forgot I was here.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he'll be more calm and mellow a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because it like Bruno at this age, like it took Bruno probably a year and a half before he started to like mellow out. And then like the other half a year till 2 to where he started to become like a stereotypical Basset, to where he'll play, sleep, play, drool, sleep, eat, you know, walk, but then sleep on the grass and unmovable.
We need to just get Canton around more people. But
I mean, he does good.
You had lots of visitors. It's late for people to be stopping by.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, I need to wash my face.
Yeah, it's about bedtime shit. Like 12:30.
Yeah. Oh, it's 12:30. Yeah. It's
oh no, 11:30.
Hey, you guys! Seriously, thanks for coming back, and like totally supporting. It was awesome to have the old gang back in here.
Sure.
Welcome to the new people. Thanks for stopping in. Where are the Terrphys? We don't have a set schedule. We're
Not
just
yet.
flying by the seat of our pants.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it is 6:30 a.m. for you. You should sleep. Everybody have a wonderful evening. We'll catch y'all again.
All right. Have a great night. Thanks.